there, this is Jo from Jo Sews and welcome to my channel, and welcome back if you've viewed it before, and a special welcome if you're here for the first time. So today's is going to be a unboxing video of my Lamazi Makers Club for September. Just before I get into that, please excuse the surroundings. We're about to have a load of work done on the house, and they're about to knock plaster off the walls in 4 rooms and replaster, make them damp proof and things like that. So we're in a bit of a chaos here, but I still found a little spot hopefully that I can do a bit of filming in, and hopefully I should have a spot where I can continue to sew as well. So my Lamazi Makers Club pack arrived end of last week, middle of last week, I think it was the middle of last week. And so I thought I'd just go through it with you, show you what came in the pack, what I love, what I don't love this time as well, and let you know what I think and what I'm going to do with my pack. So the Lamazi Makers Club is a monthly pack that you can get hold of. They do 2 versions normally. There's the Inspire version and then there's the Luxury version. So the Inspire version, you get a length of fabric, you get a matching gutter and thread to use with it, you get a sewing tool or like haberdashery item, and you get a little treat, and then there's a blog for inspiration. So if you don't know quite what you fancy making out of the fabric, they've got a blog full of ideas that you could try as well. So I got the Luxury. I've had quite a few of the packs now, and I've sometimes had the Inspire and sometimes I've had the Luxury. The main difference with the Luxury pack is that you get a pattern with it as well. So that's what I've got this time. Let me show you the fabric that I got. So we knew beforehand that it was going to be a jersey stroke knit pattern and fabric. The good thing about the Lamazi Makers Club, you do get some fairly strong hints as to what it could be, but it's still a surprise when you get it. So it's still a treat, but you have some knowledge beforehand, and if you really think it's not for you, then you don't buy it that month. It's not a rolling subscription, it's just a have a look at what you want each month and decide whether you want it or not. So I like that, that you've got the choice and a little bit of information to go off each month. So this is the fabric that we got. So this is a lovely burgundy cotton jersey. Just please excuse the lighting. It's a bit dark in this room at the minute. I've got some lighting on, but I have ordered some proper filming lights which will be coming, I think, later today. So this is the burgundy jersey. So it's a sweatshirting weight. It's lovely and soft. It's got a lovely fleece back. So it's a really good weight. And I think there were a few different colours. I got the burgundy, which I'm very happy with. I like burgundy a lot, and I've already bought a few of the fabrics that have got some burgundy tones in them. So I'm very pleased with that colour choice. And people do say I look good in burgundy, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so then we also got with it some ribbing. So that's the colour matched ribbing to go with that. Okay, so there's actually, this is a tubular ribbing. There's actually quite a lot of it. So that's interesting. Okay, so the pattern that we got with this is from Maison Fauve, and it's Le Fauve Ressac, I think is how you say it. I didn't do French at school, so apologies for any mispronunciations, but this is the pattern. So I quite like a lot of this pattern, so I'll go through some of the features in it. So at the top we have quite a deep neckband, and then you've got a couple of little darts going down the front. It's raglan sleeve. What I really do like about this is up the side here you've got these panels of where you put rib, which is a bit different, and then it's also got like a little bit underneath in the armpit of the sleeve, as well. So I think that's quite interesting. Now across the front here, where you've got the waistband, you use your plain sweatshirting for some of the front, and then you have ribbing which goes all the way then around the back, so that's different as well. It's got a kangaroo pocket on the front, which actually blends in really nicely with the side sort of seams of the jumper, so it doesn't make it too obvious. So if I turn it around, you've got the line drawings. So that's the front, and then the back, interestingly, seems to have a seam in the centre back, which again is quite unusual. So I think it's got some really interesting lines. I make quite a lot of sweatshirts and jumpers, that kind of thing, and a lot of them are they're quite samey. The construction's very similar, and I always like to look out for something that's a little bit more interesting. I made the Atelier Dupe Julia sweater last year. I'll insert a picture of it just here. I really enjoyed the construction of that. The pockets are very interestingly put together, and it's got you've got a placket as well with poppers and everything. So I really enjoyed having a go at that because it was just a little bit different, and I think this also is going to be a little bit different. The problem for me at the moment is I don't love the neckband. I know I've got quite a big neckband if it's a hoodie, so I can just drown myself in this, but I don't like things that are too tight around my neck, and I feel quite choked and I feel quite claustrophobic. So it's almost, it looks like it might be a bit too tight and a bit too high. The other thing I don't love is really dark colours with my little head poking out the top. I'm not very tall, and sometimes I feel like the clothing can consume you, which is exactly what I've got on today. It just consume me, but that's a deliberate choice because I'm cold. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure about the neckline. So because I've ordered this and gone ahead with it, I get the pattern and I get the fabric, and I'm now in the position where I have to start thinking to myself about what I do about the fact that I don't love the neckline on the pattern. So I think there's enough about this one for me to make some changes to it and make it work. So I had a quick look on Instagram. My thought was that I would just reduce the depth of the neckband and make more of what I would class as a standard narrow neckband. So I had a quick look on Instagram, and I have found that there are a number of people who have done just that with this sweater, and I really like how it looks. So I think that rather than be disappointed, it pushes me out of my comfort zone a little bit, because I have to start to think about the fabric, the pattern, and what I'm going to do about the bits that I don't like about it. So I am going to alter that neckband, and I'm going to do just a slightly less deep one. There has been a blog gone up at Lamazi Fabrics about this jumper as well. The other thing that has been said, it's quite boxy and loose at the sort of round the waist stroke hips. It might need lengthening a touch, which is an easy thing to do. And the other thing is it might need perhaps grading in. It's quite a loose waistband. I don't like loose waistbands on sweatshirts and hoodies. I like them to, kind of fit around me. So I might do some grading at the bottom as well to see if I can get it to approximately fit. So possibly lengthen it and possibly shorten the waistband at the bottom. So that's my plans for what I'm going to do with this. It's not a pattern I would have chosen off the shelf sort of for myself, but I think I can make it work with a couple of modifications. So I will, because I love the sweatshirting and I love the colour of it. So, and I love being warm, so I might as well give it a go. So the other things that came with it were this. So you get a matching thread. It's a Gutermann Mariflex thread, so that takes the issue away of having to do zigzag stitches or whatever on your sewing machine. Should just be able to do a straight stitch because the thread stretches. So I'm going to make it up on my overlocker, but I think there is some sewing machine stitching to be done. So I will do that. We also got a pack of jersey needles, so be able to use them. And then our treat was a nice little tea bag to make some tea while I'm having a go at the pattern. Our tool this time, I don't have it on me anymore. I'm teaching 2 new courses this week at work, and so I have taken the chalk wheel that we got into work, so I'll probably be using it myself while I'm teaching. So what we got was the Prim Love, is like a chalk roller. I love chalk rollers because they give you quite a nice defined line of chalk, which isn't too wide, and so I like using them, so we're going to get a lot of use out of that. And then of course it all came in the Lamazi Fabrics tote bag, which I got about, I don't know, 6 or so of now. I find them really handy actually. I put my projects in there, so I have a folder with my pattern pieces in, my fabric, and they're great for me to just be able to throw a project in and take it to work, because I can do a little bit of sewing and stuff while I'm at work. So I just store my bags up in a row, pick the project I want to take with me and take it to work with me. So I'm thinking that I might well do a sew along for the Maison Fauve Ressac. I find that some of the patterns there's loads of sew alongs for, and some patterns you hardly find any. So there is a Maison Fauve one in French for this somewhere, but I think I might do one as well and show the little alterations and things that I make. It looks like it's supposed to be quite an easy make, so I'll hopefully film that as I do it, and I'll post that soon. So that's my unboxing. Do you, if you're watching this, do you have a subscription box, a pack, something that you subscribe to each month? What do you think of the ones that you get? I love my Lamazi Makers Club packs, and I think they're great for pushing me out of my comfort zone and giving me a little bit of a challenge and keeping me sewing actually, because I know that if I'm getting a new pack most months, then there's a certain amount of sewing that needs to be done before the next one comes. So yeah, looking forward to getting that made up. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please like this video and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon with a sew along for this. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.